Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. I just had a sneezing fit, so I definitely probably sound congested. Apologies about that. This is gonna be part 4 of drawing your guys' OCs. And this is gonna be the last part of like this little series. I will definitely draw your guys' OCs more in the future, but as for like consecutive videos, this is the last part. You can watch part 1 for this one, part 2 for these ones, part 3, which was an ASMR for these ones, and then the last part will be obviously a draw with me, which you guys are gonna see. You can still submit your OCs here, and it will be only on Instagram for now, until I find a better method to store submitted OCs, just because I like to keep all the OCs kind of in one area for like a long period of time, because when I'm going to do the series again where I'm going to draw your OCs, I like to pick from previous ones that have been already submitted before asking for new ones. So yeah, but let's get started with number 1. Yeah, I feel super congested. So number 1 I'm gonna do is this OC by Thin Gamma Bear. So yeah, this is their OC. We're gonna start off with this one. I don't even know why I sound congested. And if I don't, then that's great. Oh, first of all, I need to make sure that I make a new layer for this. So for this OC, there is 2 pictures submitted, like it's a carousel, but I'm going to be basing it off the first reference that was posted. I'll do my best to do your guys' OCs justice. And just a reminder, OC stands for original character, just for if there's any confusion. But also, gacha OCs are accepted as well. I didn't draw any, and I actually don't remember if there's any chosen from this batch, but they are accepted. I just haven't drawn any recently. Man, I hate my nose. I actually had an interesting comment recently asking whether or not it's hard to keep quiet for like ASMR videos. And to be honest, I find it the opposite. I think ASMR videos is one of the easier ones for me to film, as long as I have okay background noise and I'm not like sick. I find it harder for me to continuously talk for, let's say if this is like a 2-hour session, 3-hour session, then I'm usually trying to talk for the majority of the time, and then I cut out whatever is not necessary. Because for ASMR also, like the filming goes easier, but the editing is more tedious because I have to cut all the footage, and then after cutting all the footage I have to put in the captions and stuff, which tends to crash my program. But for these videos, I just have to worry about cutting down the footage basically. Because when I'm doing ASMR videos, I can listen to basically whatever I want, like podcasts, music, live streams, anything that's like long forms of media that like doesn't require me to look at the screen, so preferably in English. If I'm watching, like listening to someone talk. But then for these videos, I can't really do anything other than listen to music or sit in silence, but I tend to listen to music. Otherwise my brain would probably shut down and I would want to go to sleep. But yeah, for these kinds of drawing videos, I can really only listen to music because I can't really think and talk if someone else is also talking. It's just impossible for me. So I really like your OC's design. I mostly chose it because one color palette I really like of the first image, especially. Just because it's a little bit more muted tones and I really like the jewelry. But also the hair with the horns, very attractive. also really like how you pin the hair back. I kind of wish I did a little bit more of a 3/4 view as well, so we could get a little bit more of that tied and pulled back hair. Is this something elegant that I really like about long hair on male characters? Okay, see if I can get these pins in correctly, or these clips. So you have one here, one going downwards. Oh, I'm gonna have to shrink him more, I forgot. I want to fit in his horns a little bit more. We can cut them off a little bit, but I do want to have some room for them. They're fairly long. What's his name? I think it's Felix from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Kind of like that long hair. He wasn't my favorite in Three Houses, as I like cuter, more softer characters, so I really like Ignatz and Ash. But I do appreciate kind of these more cool, chic, a little bit more intense feeling. This guy seems very calm though. So which way do I want to face his ponytail? Probably put on the opposite side, just because if I put it here it might be too cluttered. I hope I don't butcher him during the coloring phase, because I actually really like how this one's turning out. This is why I said I might regret it, because we can't have the earring really stand out here. But if I play around with the contrast, maybe we can get it to look okay. Decided not to throw a hand into here. Yeah, it's not too sketchy, so I think we're okay. Other than the hair area, which I'm not too bothered. It's gonna change this to multiply. Make a new layer. Pop that underneath. And we're gonna change the background color. So he has a nice purple and black and gold. So I'm gonna try to think. We could go lighter. Oh, I want the gold to stand out, so maybe I'll choose also just a muted, kind of warmer purple color. So hopefully it won't be too monochromatic. I'll also change liner color to be a little bit more warm. And we can start to color him. Okay, since we're in the coloring phase, I can stop holding my phone for the most part. I'm gonna lock this, and then we can kind of slowly add warmth to the skin. Okay, and then I don't want to make it too flushed, but I do like warming it up quite a bit for the skin, adding a lot of pinks or reds or purples to kind of really push the warmth a little bit more. I love how Procreate you can select multiple layers like this. This just makes it a lot easier to manage. I'm gonna darken around his eyes. Sometimes I like doing this, sometimes I don't, so it kind of just depends. So I'm gonna keep things fairly warm in terms of the color palette. Yeah, just because even like the colors that you use is a little bit more towards like purple. It's a lot more warmer. Also might be my phone. I did forget to take off the blue light filter, so apologies if I'm gonna get this entirely incorrect. As we're making the kind of bottom a little bit lighter, I'm gonna make it look a little bit more brown. Then I'll bring it back and we can color in kind of like the lash line. Looks more intense with the multiply on top as well. Keep things a little bit lighter here. We're not gonna make it too bright, but just light enough so it makes it look a little softer near the face. Yeah, I really like his hairstyle. Very cool, chic, kind of, but also like kind of like put together, but also like just tousled. I don't know, I really like it. Okay, let's add shadow. So shadows, I am gonna make it a little bit more saturated. And I tend to make shadows a little bit more cool anyways, but we'll make it look a little bit more warmer with the highlights. Because I'm not gonna fully render these to like 100% completion. They're still gonna be fairly sketchy in some areas. Just so we can get all three kind of worked on. I definitely think in the future when if I decide to do another batch on a different program, let's say like Clip Studio Paint, having the freedom to record the full process and being able to squish down the time will allow me to do more finished pieces and maybe a little bit more than just like a headshot. But for the sake of time and drawing like a few rather than one, it's easier for me to do this because I try to keep each of them under an hour. They tend to take about like 45 minutes. And then I shall push this even further. Can even make it a little bit lighter, add a more purple. His outfit looks really shiny, the way how you rendered it. I kind of want to emulate that a little bit. The rest of this. I also need to play Tears of Femus soon. I forgot, Personal Stories got updated. And then kind of mixing our background color with the white to give us a little bit of shadow. Can pull a little bit from other areas too. So we can get a good base for this. Yeah, I think we can do this now. I'm going to lock my sketch. We're going to kind of warm up his face a little bit. So basically I'm changing the line art or my sketch color to make things look a little bit brighter or softer in some areas. Now this is kind of like up to you. You can make the lines darker, brighter, more seamless towards your whatever colors you're using. And then on the outside I will also keep them fairly dark so that when I don't hit or when I merge my colors, these will remain normal for the most part. Okay, so I'm going to merge this down and we can start to kind of clean this up really quickly so we can move on to the next one. But I'm really enjoying this one. Yeah, hopefully I don't run out of energy. I just wanna do my best to keep your guys' characters looking like your characters, but also do my best to obviously draw them in my style. Because like usually when I film draw with me's, I'm usually only drawing like one character, and if I'm drawing one character and I take like 2 to 3 hours, makes sense, but I want to take at least like what, between 2 to 3 hours for 3 characters. Something I like about keeping the lines fairly dark for this one. I think it's because I really like the shape of his hair. It's very fun to draw for the convention, which I'm excited for, but I'm also really nervous because I ordered a few things from a manufacturing company, but I'm not sure if it's going to arrive in time because I believe they're also based in Shanghai, and I know the situation there is not great in general in China, I think. But yeah, I think I mentioned it. Anime Fun I am attending this year, hopefully. I think I'm pretty sure I got a confirmation email. I'm just waiting for that invoice email. Okay, let's fix his earrings, and then I think this one's done because this one doesn't require too much, just because I did keep a lot of the shapes quite easily recognizable, if that makes sense. I think this one is done. Yeah, thank you much for submitting your very cool OC. I hope I did him justice and that... Oh, his ears! Wait a second. People are probably yelling at me. I didn't notice his ears are... pointy. Apologies, I almost screwed that up really bad. Try to darken up some of these areas so his hair reads a little bit darker than how I've colored it. Hey, yeah, thank you much for submitting your OC. I'm just gonna quickly clip this to the rectangle down below so kind of things are contained, and we shall work on to the next one. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this might be a challenge for me, but the next OC is by Makaran. Thank you very much for submitting your OC. I have not really attempted to do a character with a different skin tone, but it's not like a human skin tone, if that makes sense. At least I haven't done one on like in video form, if that makes sense. Okay, but let's give this one a go. Let me think a bit. How do I want to pose? Because I like the details of this character a lot. Especially like the ears are kind of like those thin, like fins. And I do like the tattoo as well. Could do it like this. I need to think about how I want to put the shoulder in though. Also, your character, might have to take a gamble. I don't know if my phone just can't capture the contrast. I might be tripping. I think I see blue in there. So we'll kind of lean it towards like a very dark muted blue, almost black. The other alternative is I could do the eye style the same way, because I do draw eyes like that sometimes too. See how this goes. Let's throw in her face. We need to put kind of like the fins. This is why like I think I defaulted these ears to normal ones. Like human ones. Shouldn't say normal. People do technically have different shaped ears. Let's get a hand in here. Might regret. I feel like I'm unprepared to draw a hand today. So what do I want to do with the pinky is the problem. The pinky always has so much more flexibility and freedom in a sense. Okay, so now that I've thrown in her neck, I really need to think about where do we want to put the shoulder. Then I shall do this side really quickly. I'm gonna make these thinner because I'm realizing my mistake. Yeah, I really like this hairstyle though. I always like, for some reason this is how my brain thinks, I really like males with long hair that kind of seem more chic, kind of classy, but then any kind of like powerful female or femme character with short hair. There's something really chic and cool about that as well. I'm gonna get these the same length. Okay, do we have the tattoo? I'll probably do the tattoo actually after. Actually, it's in black, so maybe I can get away with doing this. Like a little perforated line, single line. circle the another line. We could go warm so we can contrast the skin. So I'm thinking like a light pink, just because I personally like pink and blue. Like purple might work too. I could dull it down just a smidge. And I'm actually gonna make the skin line art color a little bit cooler, because the skin's quite bright. Okay, let's do the same thing. I'm gonna alpha lock this, and we're gonna slowly add. I'm gonna still kind of push it towards warmer colors, so I'm kind of leaning it towards purple. Whoa. Oh, I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't have picked the character that was blue. I forgot my camera absolutely detests the color blue and purple. Just gonna put a base here. I'm gonna warm up the lips because they're on the person's post. They definitely warmed up the lips a lot more. We'll add a lighter blue, leaning it towards green for the highlights. But also we're going to lean it to more of a blue-white for the eyes. Add a little bit of the skin tone into the bottom section. Okay. For the shadows, actually, let me see if I can push this even darker. I don't know if that looks too muted. I'm always scared to not do characters justice. Make this side a little lighter. Carefully chunking in the color here. Sometimes I think like when hair kind of surrounds the face, sometimes it looks a little too closed off. So I try to lighten it a little bit. Do this for the hair. I'll probably make the highlights a lot more intense, almost probably similar into the skin tone color range. Okay, let's add this in. So this is the same color as the skin. And then the only reason I'm doing this is because I want the fins, or like the little frilly parts of the fins, to be the same color. Or not the same color, what am I saying? I want the kind of the pinkish, hot pink kind of color to reflect on the hair too. So we don't get this to be a little bit too monochrome. So kind of their frilly collar or choker. I don't know if can this be considered a choker if it's attached to the dress? Not too sure. Oh, I didn't do eyebrows. Okay, so we have kind of a light, almost gold color for here, and then we have white, which I'm just gonna pull from her eyes. We can kind of add to the frills. I have to play around to see what works, because I do not know what color range to put these sketch colors to be like. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna merge this downwards, and let's clean up as much as we can to a certain point, and then we shall work on the third one. So I could also fix the hair a little bit, but I think the hair actually reads well on its own. Also, depending how the week goes for the next few weeks, because I need to work on prints and stuff, so I might have more bonus videos for you guys starting next week. You guys would have saw one today, or not today, yesterday, but that's not for a print. That was just self-indulgent brain rot. Add a little bit of red here. I actually forgot to add a secondary color into his eyes. Let's add one. Just gonna push this finger this way. Yeah, I think this one's okay as is. I hope I didn't butcher your OC too much, and thank you again for submitting your OC. I am quickly gonna write your username up here. .ren. Yeah, thank you very much for submitting your OC. I'm just gonna clip this downwards. And yeah, okay, let's move on to the third one. Okay, I'm kind of torn between two. I wanted to include one gacha OC, but there's another OC that's designed so it's right up my alley. Maybe I'll save the other one for another time. But let's do the gacha one, I guess. The gacha OC. So this one's by Mercy Main 981. So thank you very much for submitting your OC. I'll put the image here. And let's get started. Oh, he has lighter hair, so I might be a little bit struggling with colors. I have an idea. I have a general idea. Just because I think cuter characters are easier for me to think the poses for. So I think I can see little freckles as well. As well as like a band-aid under the mask. I'm just assuming, because I feel like because these are gacha characters, I'm assuming there's like a base or accessories that are like not standard, but like you can have. And I think I've seen the mask a lot. I've seen band-aids and I've seen freckles, so I'm assuming I might be taking a little bit too many liberties here, so apologies if this is super incorrect. Let's see if I can throw in the band-aid, because I don't know if this looks not like a band-aid if I do it like this. Kind of looks like one, kind of doesn't. This OC is very cute, but also I really like the color palette. I think, yeah, anything that has kind of like the teal and white, or teal and a lighter color, let's say like pink also, or orange, I really enjoy. Yeah, I feel like I'm talking less and less. I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit this down, because I feel like I've been not talking for like whole 3-minute chunks or something. Probably not 3 minutes. I've only been sketching this one for like 6 minutes, so probably not. It's gonna kind of shave down this eye a little bit, make it look a little bit more slanted downwards, so that it looks a little bit more droopy. Oops. Okay, so hair, he has fairly long bangs. This side, I'm gonna try to keep these a little bit more even. Okay, kind of have to guess the hair a bit, since gacha characters tend to be a lot more simple looking. So I'm not too often compared to what you're kind of imagining your character. The back, I should really fix my posture earlier. I also forgot to lower my chair. I forgot that I should lower it, because that's actually the main reason why my back's super scrunched, because my webcam's like right in front of my face. Like my face is right here and the webcam's right here. For the sake of the teal, I'll leave the purple not too... Wow, purple really does not show up nicely on camera. You guys might be shocked about how vibrant this purple is. Get your hands in here. I'm going to alpha lock this, so I'm gonna keep the blush maybe to a minimum. The character doesn't have that much warmth. I actually don't remember if this is just how gacha characters are, but I will add a little bit just because I like adding warmth to the skin. Yeah, there's no way for me to get this color to look super accurate, which kind of sucks. I hope your character has freckles. I don't know if that's what this is. This is some indication, so I hope that's the case. Okay, so we're gonna take off alpha lock. I am going to quickly color in his hair. It's definitely more of a cooler whitish color, so let's do that. Or it's not even cool, I think it's more neutral, but I'm gonna lean it towards being cooler. I always feel nervous interpreting gacha characters. I feel like it's fun, just because you can put a little bit more detail into them, but I also feel like I could easily turn this into not probably what you're imagining quite quickly because the details are a bit more vague. Like that. And then your cloak, it's actually the same color as the hair color. I guess his hair is more gray. Now that I'm realizing it, because his sweater is completely white. And his hair is darker than his sweater, so good thing I didn't go pure white. Okay, let's make this white. Oh, not this part. This part white. It's basically just his sleeve. The bandage is a little bit more of a tan color. And the wings does have like a lighter bluish green underneath. It's more blue. Yeah, this one's gonna have a little bit more cleaning to do. Just gonna darken these up a little bit, and then I will darken the outside. Oops, I missed a few. So you can see that when I merged it, you can see some of the, oops, some of the colors revert back to whatever color it was initially before going to multiply, because there's nothing underneath. It will turn to whatever color I was actually using. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it happens a lot, and the only thing I can think about fixing it is kind of making sure that before I merge it, I change the colors. Okay. That's gonna take a while. Make this a little bit lighter. I'm gonna add a little bit of a yellowy, almost green to the center. Can't wait to do a lot of printing tomorrow. Or I guess I'm talking about today is Saturday, no? Or today is Friday, but for you guys it would be Saturday, so yeah. I'm pretty sure I did some preliminary printing for Odafest. Yeah, but I think, yeah, I'm gonna leave this one like this just because I probably would just keep working on it for whatever reason for too long and probably still won't be satisfied with what it looks like. Mean _981. Yeah, thank you very much for submitting your OC. Apologies if I butchered your OC. Let's go ahead and clip this as well. So that's pretty much all of them for this one. So they are pretty much all done. I'm going to do one last step, which is to add a white outline around them all. So I'm just going to go back to this layer, and let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully you guys don't mind. I know the time lapse looks a little janky. I don't know if it's because these are tiny compared to the whole file size. I'm not too sure because I don't even know what the file size for this one is. But yeah, I would really appreciate it because I know some people do redraws of my art as well, and they put into that tag, and that's not what it's for. But yeah, thank you again for submitting your OCs, and yeah, that's the final 3. Yeah, we'll do a quick time lapse. I'm gonna turn off my phone here. Quick time lapse replay. We don't need this whole part because that's from the other video, so you can watch part 3 for that. I will just show you guys the bottom half, which isn't in the best quality just because it is so small, but also a lot farther into the time lapse, or like I guess like the amount of footage. It's a lot longer. Yeah, but I think that's about it. Thank you again for submitting your OCs. I'll definitely do this again some other time. But yeah, I think part 4 is going to be the last one for this little kind of set. So I've done, I think 12 OCs total. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to talk to you guys next week, hopefully. So see you then. Bye!